Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP, but I'm going to talk about why we should not want an XRP ETF. I'm going to show you what's going on with Bitcoin right now. This comes from Sensei. We will never see an alt season like 2021, guys. The entire money is on Bitcoin now and will not flow into altcoins. It is Bitcoin season. He's absolutely wrong. We are going to see an alt season. However, he is right. We will never see an alt season like 2021 again for XRP. Back in 2021, the Ripple vs. SEC case was new. It just started in December of 2020. XRP was being delisted off of all the exchanges back then. It's back on those exchanges now. I'm expecting a run more like 2018, but alt season is definitely coming. Spot Bitcoin ETFs bought 15,194 Bitcoin this week, while miners only mined 3,150 Bitcoin. Now I see this week after week. You would think if all this Bitcoin is getting bought up, that the price of Bitcoin would be at a new all-time high. It should absolutely at least be rising up a little by little to get us to a new all-time high, but it's not. And I think it's because they are creating fake Bitcoin. Fake Bitcoin has a dangerous effect on the real Bitcoin market. Here's an explanation of how the supply of Bitcoin is being manipulated and what we could do to fight back. I'm going to talk about IOUs first. So this is why I tell you to get your crypto off the exchanges. You don't know what goes on at the exchanges. The unfortunate current crypto reality is that the vast majority of users are being onboarded through centralized exchanges. They send fiat to the exchange through a bank that uses traditional payment rails and then place an order to buy Bitcoin. But what happens when that order is executed by the exchange's trading engine? An entry in a private database is updated, thus crediting the exchange user with an IOU corresponding to the amount of Bitcoin they purchased. This IOU has none of the properties of Bitcoin. It is merely a financial instrument that gives the IOU owner exposure to the Bitcoin exchange rate. It's not even possible for the IOU owner to independently verify that there is a corresponding amount of real Bitcoin set aside for them. Sure, it's possible for the exchange to provide proof of reserves, but those still rely upon trusting third-party auditors. We really don't know if the exchanges have all the Bitcoin they say that they have. Then you have BlackRock. So BlackRock may not have one-to-one backing on their Bitcoin ETF, and Coinbase is playing their game. Transactions are recorded off-chain and in cash. All that Bitcoin is fake US dollars. Like I've been telling you all along, they're manipulating the price of Bitcoin. And that's why I really don't want to see BlackRock have an ETF for XRP. BlackRock can take as much Bitcoin as they want from Coinbase and the transaction is recorded off-chain. I'd like to see all of the ETF's wallets. This means that they can borrow Bitcoin from Coinbase and short, and are not required to show any proof that they hold one-to-one. There's also a 2 to 30 day settlement. All settlements are done in cash. Then BlackRock changed the rules. So BlackRock amends their custody agreement with Coinbase, files with the SEC. As detailed in the SEC filing, the amendment updates Section 2.1 of the Custodial Services Agreement. Coinbase custody must now process a withdrawal of digital assets to a public blockchain address within 12 hours of receiving instructions from the trust or its authorized representatives. subject to specific balance requirements. So what's going to happen when Bitcoin decides to achieve a new all-time high? If Coinbase isn't holding all of this actual Bitcoin and they have to cash out BlackRock first, that's what they're going to do. They're going to cash out BlackRock, the exchange is going to go down, the price of Bitcoin's going to drop, and then the exchange will come back online. We've seen it happen multiple times as Bitcoin was achieving new all-time highs earlier this year. Then there's this. I've been studying their plan for a global CBDC for the last couple of days. One horrifying realization I've had is all private property that has legal ownership, think house, car, stocks, Bitcoin, will be recorded via tokenization on their unified ledger based on their rules. And the BIS is getting ready for the unified ledger. So was Larry Fink already warning everyone what was coming? Where did Larry, the face of the Bitcoin ETFs, get the idea of a unified ledger? Hint, he and central bankers are in the same club. They want you to see crypto as an investment, not as a medium of exchange. You cannot build a global monetary system with 7 transactions per second, and they know that. So when Larry's talking about every single stock, every single bond, everything being tokenized, he already knows that they're going to tokenize Bitcoin. Where is that Bitcoin going to end up? This comes from King Valix. First major use case on the XRP ledger is to tokenize Bitcoin. Like I've said countless years ago, Bitcoin is going to be tokenized on the XRP ledger as a tokenized security. Tokenized security will already have an effective registration settlement statement. Oh, you mean the Bitcoin ETF? Hello. So we already see what the Bitcoin ETF is leading to. And even Matt Hamilton said that the XRP ledger was built to tokenize Bitcoin. So what's going to happen to the people that are holding Bitcoin, actual Bitcoin, when they decide to tokenize it? It's going to lose value. You're no longer going to be holding, say you're holding 1 Bitcoin. You're no longer holding 1 whole Bitcoin because now it's a tokenized Bitcoin. And people are going to be investing into that Bitcoin by other means. So unless you hold all 100% of the tokens associated with the Bitcoin that you're holding, you no longer have 1 whole Bitcoin. That's where this is leading. But what about XRP? Could this happen with XRP? I don't think it would, because XRP has something Bitcoin doesn't have: utility and use case. No one's talking about tokenizing XRP. You know, everybody's talking about the same thing: utilizing XRP for on-demand liquidity and inside of cross-border payments. And how could XRP give that on-demand liquidity if it becomes a tokenized asset? If anything, it's going to be moving tokenized value from one country to another, one person to another. Ripple joins BIS task force for cross-border payments. Now, ever since the BIS started talking about all these different projects around CBDCs, Ripple was at the heart of all of that, because Ripple is already working with the BIS. They're helping them build this entire Internet of Value out, the Finternet, and they're making it possible to move all this value on a daily basis. Ripple has emerged as a preferred partner for many central banks. The technological edge of Ripple: over 80 million closed ledgers, customizability, and comprehensive solutions. Ripple CBDC platform, full life cycle, Ripple's multi-signing capabilities, wholesale and retail use cases, plus it's energy efficient, provides interoperability, financial inclusion, and regulatory compliance and security. That's why Ripple is out there onboarding CBDC project one after another. And, the BIS, I think, set it up for Ripple to be part of that because they're going to tie it all into the central bank of central banks, which is the BIS. Even Mika kind of gives us a hint on where we go from here. Mika regulation specifically covers utility tokens, and XRP is classified as a utility token. This is well documented. With the bulk of Mika set to be implemented by December 2024, the crypto industry is well positioned for a long period of stable and sustainable growth. Even Mika, but by putting Bitcoin in other crypto assets categorization, opened it up to become tokenized. They look at XRP as something different. This is a utility token. This is competition to our CBDC. And they have to come up with a way to get Bitcoin out of the way. US Treasury bills are being tokenized on the XRP ledger. OpenEden introduces tokenized US Treasury bills on the XRP ledger. And I think that happened because they wanted a place other than Tether to go with these tokenized bonds. Same thing with BlackRock. They plan to back their new token by Treasury bills. So now there's an alternative to Tether. Now they could go after Tether, clearing the way for RLUSD, clearing the way for BlackRock's new coin as well, and USDC. This all leads to Bitcoin going down, because if Tether goes down, Bitcoin's going down, because it's all Tether propping up Bitcoin. If we had blockchain-based title management of ownership of who owns which property, arguably, title insurance would change dramatically. Title insurance is going to be very important once tokenization shows up because they plan on tokenizing private property. So you have your house and your house is paid off. All of a sudden, your house gets tokenized and people are investing in your house. You would have to go and buy all the associated tokens back for your house to become yours once again. But if you have some sort of insurance, I think it would cover you for that. Take a listen to what Brad says here.
I think it applies to government services. I met today with the Prime Minister of a country, and they're very excited about using blockchain for land registry. Think about the title insurance business.
So inefficient.
Big intermediary, and they take a lot of value. If we had blockchain-based title management of ownership of who owns which property, arguably title insurance would change dramatically. That's a big industry to think about. Again, for YPRs to think out into the horizon about what these technologies mean. And frankly, it's one of the reasons why I compare blockchain to the early days of the internet. I had the good fortune of coming out of business school in '97 as the internet was kind of, as we know it today, being birthed. Remember, 2001, 2002 was a really difficult, dark time in the internet space. I think the same thing applies in the blockchain world. You're seeing the birth of an industry that I think is going to have broad implications beyond just cross-border payments. And yes, you're going to see crypto winters as we're experiencing. But don't forget, Amazon almost went out of business in 2001.
It's true.
I think it applies.
And I think we are going to go through a dark time in crypto. I think that dark time is going to come with the fall of Tether and the rise of crypto regulations. Even stablecoin regulations can have a big impact on the price of crypto. But shortly after that, everything is going to take off and it's going to explode very quick. I think all of this is going to happen over like a 12-month period. Over the course of 1 year, this whole space is going to change forever. But I wanted to show you what I'm seeing because every day I see people saying, oh my God, look at all the Bitcoin that's going into those ETFs, but I don't think it's real value. And I think they're creating Bitcoin out of thin air. And that's why the price is so held down right now. I mean, anybody that you know that has been holding Bitcoin for a long period of time will tell you, I think the price of Bitcoin is being manipulated. But what are your thoughts on that? And that's why I don't think we need an XRP ETF. Why should they go and create fake XRP, paper XRP? And also get your crypto off the exchanges, because the exchanges most likely are creating IOUs around multiple cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin. And the other thing I'm kind of concerned about is, why is no one pushing the Ethereum ETFs? Remember, that was like a big thing, and then all of a sudden it kind of died out and nobody's really talking about it. Is it because maybe they went in a different direction? Who really knows? But I'm always open to your thoughts, so let me know in the comments section down below. And until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.